Yo, what's going on, guys? Mush back at it with another video, and while the Steam Winter Sale will be kicking off in a few short weeks, Steam is already running some great deals, and I do want to highlight some of the best deals available directly on Steam under the price of $5. So this isn't from any other of the e-tailers I usually mention, no Games Planet, Green Man Gaming, or anything like that. This is directly on Steam, so if you drop your $5 or less and you end up downloading and playing the game, maybe it's not your cup of tea, you do have the opportunity to do a Steam refund if you do one, but that'll be up to you guys. But we got quite a few games to go over, so let's just get right into it. Let's start things off as a part of the Tales of sale that's going on right now. Tales of Berseria is 90% off for $4.99. Awesome game, great JRPG with a great main character and a solid cast all around. Tales of is a franchise that I often talk up, just because the games are incredibly consistent, even with a bad game in the franchise. And it's not even bad, but Zestria is like the weakest game in the series, and even that game's decent. Berseria, on the other hand, is a really good game. Like, gameplay-wise, it's fine, but the story, main character, tone of the game, incredibly strong. $4.99, no-brainer there. Great pickup for sure. Next up, we got Dragon's Dogma Dark Arisen, 84% off for $4.79. Obviously, this is gonna be a strong recommendation for the next few months ahead of the release of Dragon's Dogma 2, which I'm very much looking forward to. Dragon's Dogma initially came out back in, 2013 on the PlayStation 3. Yeah, PlayStation 3, right? Yeah, PlayStation 3. Actually, I think it was 2012. And then a year after that, the Dark Arisen version came. And then a few years after that, we got a release on PC. And really, the PC version kind of revitalized the game in a lot of ways because I don't know if it was a commercial flop, but it wasn't, super, super popular. And then I feel like the PC version came out, paved the way for the PS4 and Xbox One version, Switch version, and the rest is history. It's a really, really challenging action RPG, well-designed. It is a little bit dated in some regards, but still very much worth playing, and for sub $5, great deal there. Next up, we have Shadow Tactics Blades of the Shogun, a great tactical title done by Mimimi Games. Unfortunate story attached to that studio. Their most recent outing, Shadow Gambit, will be their final full game release. They just dropped some Shadow Gambit DLC. Unfortunate with how things go in the gaming world, but, give them credit for some great tactics titles, and Shadow Tactics was a really well-done one, set in Japan during the Edo period. Really enjoyed it. Could be pretty challenging, but at the same time, rewarding in terms of gameplay design. I would say for this price point of $3.99, even if you're not big into tactics titles, if you like the setting of that Edo period Japan, I think you'll end up actually really enjoying the game regardless. Check it out again, a solid price point. Next up, we got Metro 2033 and Metro Last Light. The Redux versions of these are $1.99 a pop. You guys already know I talk up Metro all the time. Now, if you haven't played any of the Metro titles, the Metro Saga bundle is something to look at. It'll get you all 3 games, Metro Exodus as well, but for the sake of this video, staying under $5. 2033 is a decent pickup as well. I would recommend you to play the game sequentially, as in 2033 Last Light, then Exodus. Metro 2033 is a great game. Atmosphere is incredibly strong. Story is good, and this Redux version does improve the game from a tactical standpoint. Last Light's really solid as well, and Last Light is actually my favorite in the series. But yeah, $1.99 for that is great as well. Not super lengthy games, but definitely well-designed titles. Next up, we got Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice, 85% off for $4.49. This game is so fantastic. It's done by Ninja Theory, the guys that brought you DMC Devil May Cry, Enslaved Odyssey to the West, but these days, they're best known for Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice, and they're working on Hellblade 2. What a fantastic, atmospheric, psychological game. The storytelling in this game is incredibly strong, and I remember when I initially saw Hellblade, I was like, this game does not look that great. Some of the early gameplay definitely looked a little sluggish, a little stiff, but when the game ultimately came out, the atmosphere, the narrative, the psychological elements were just so well done. It's not a super lengthy game, so I can understand why spending full price might not be something you want to do, but for $4 and change, that's a great deal, and I would strongly recommend it. And Hellblade 2, hopefully that does drop in 2024, because the development of that game and how they've rolled out content updates has been a little bit questionable, to say the least. It's a little jarring how they've been doing updates for that game. Like, the most recent update we got at the Xbox Showcase, that was kind of nonsensical, but nevertheless, hopefully it'll turn out well. For now, check out Senua's Sacrifice if you have yet to. Next up, a couple of the Witcher games. Witcher 1 is $1.99, Witcher 2 is $3.99. Look, Witcher 1 is getting a full-on remake, but that's probably going to come out in 2029, so you know, if you want to wait that long, feel free. But if you want to play Witcher 1, it does show its age for sure. But whenever I say that, whenever I say Witcher 1 shows its age, a lot of people push back in the comment section and are like, bro, no, Witcher 1 is still great. Take their word for it. I mean, I played Witcher 1 after Witcher 2 came out, and Witcher 1 to me just had, it just shows its age. I mean, it's a game that came out in 2007. What are you gonna do? But it's still a worthwhile playthrough. Witcher 2, on the other hand, I still think is fantastic. Yes, it's not the colossal open world that Witcher 3 is, but Witcher 2 is still a damn good game, and the visuals still hold up well, given that, you know, it's a game that came out almost 13 years ago at this point, which is crazy to think about, given that I remember when Witcher 2 initially came out, and it was one of those games that I first saw and made me want to get into PC gaming as a whole, because it did see a delayed release on 360, but Witcher 2, the premiere version was always the PC version, of course. But yeah, $3.99 for that is quite good. Definitely check out both those. Next up, we got Inside. This is Play Dead title. They also did Limbo. Inside, 90% off for $1.99. Great atmospheric platformer. Ambiance of this game is super strong, dark tone, and I feel like this game doesn't get as much love as Limbo, but just as good, if not an even better game. And incredible from a design standpoint. Next up, we got .hack GU Last Recode, 90% off for $4.99. Actually, a franchise I'm doing another playthrough of right now. Recently beat Volume 1 again. Obviously, played through these games when Last Recode first came out. Played through them when they first came out on PS2 as well. I've completed .hack GU so many times at this point. But yeah, playing through it once again, and it's a JRPG franchise that definitely shows its age. Stiff animations, voice acting can be really good at times and other times not so great, but storytelling is super strong, combat is great, and a lot of good aspects to this game as a whole, and this collection gets you all three titles, Volume 1, 2, and 3, and a fourth smaller episode. The thing about these games are, while you do get 3 titles, they're not super lengthy games. Like Volume 1, you can complete in like 15 hours, and 2 and 3 are a little bit lengthier, but it's not like these games are each like 50, 60 hours or anything like that, but you're, you know, getting all 3 games in one collection, yeah, you're gonna get a sizable journey here, to say the least. But yeah, $4.99 for this is great, and the voice actor of the main character, Haseo, is Yuri Lowenthal. He voice acts a ton of people. Spider-Man from the Marvel Spider-Man Insomniac title, Sasuke from Naruto, it's just voice acts everybody, it seems like. But he does a great job, like, doing the voice acting for, like, the angsty teenager archetype, which literally that's what Haseo is as well. So, yeah, .hack GU, $5, go check it out. This War of Mine is down to $3.99. A really, really cool war story that is totally different than a lot of other war games that come out, and that should be expected, given that 11-bit Studios kind of carves this out for themselves, where they create these darker tone games where it's not about you being some overpowered super soldier or anything like that. It's about the horrors and realities of life, and this War of Mine does a really good job of illustrating that. Definitely not for everybody, but for this price point, I think it's a game that everybody should at least try out. And lastly, another game I think everybody should try out and super unique, GRIS. GRIS is down to $3.74. Incredible art style, direction, design. This game is exceptional from a presentation standpoint. It centers around a hopeful young girl lost in her own world, surrounding with a lot of painful thematics. It's an incredibly well-designed game, and yeah, I recommend everybody to play this. It's definitely not like a video game in the sense of a lot of fast-paced, high-octane action gameplay or anything like that, but if you want to talk about games that, and I think it's kind of corny whenever people say it, but video games that show gaming as an art form, like GRIS is one of those games that do show gaming as an art form, just incredible from a design and presentation standpoint, and those are absolutely the standouts of the game. But check it out for yourself. $3.74, great buy there. But that'll do it for me. Again, a lot of great Steam deals under the price of $5. Links to all of these in the description box down below. As always, guys, thanks for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next one. And remember, the Steam Winter Sale will be coming up in just a couple of weeks, so I'll have a lot of coverage of that. So if you don't pick anything up, no sweat, there's a lot of good to come. But again, that'll do it for me. Let me know all of your thoughts down below. Thanks for watching, and peace. Hey, what's going on, guys? Mush here again. Hope you enjoyed the video. As you guys might know, YouTube's notification system is sometimes a little bit wonky, even if you're subscribed to the channel. Maybe you're not abundantly aware that I uploaded a video. To remedy that situation, make sure you hit the bell notification button. This way, whenever I upload a new video, and I try to upload as consistently as possible, you will be notified directly of the upload, and you can watch it as soon as it goes live. I would really appreciate it if you guys hit that button, so you can stay up to date with all of the content I'm posting. But as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.